Good morning, everyone. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be doing the install on the Ruckus, the model number Viper 3121V. This is just a basic arm and disarm with the tilt sensor and the shock sensor. So nothing fancy, but that's what the remote looks like. I shouldn't even be messing with the Ruckus today. I should be messing with the Integra because I need to switch out the master cylinder for the brake because it's leaking. So I have the brake booster delete. So that's going to have to kind of wait till I'm done with the Ruckus to get started on that. But anyway, let's get to it. All right, 2006 Honda Ruckus. I did buy an alarm for this thing, so I'm going to be taking these speakers off. Not a fan of it. I'm going to be taking off the mirrors and then put the ones that's on the side. I did end up going with the Viper. I got everything kind of prepped and everything like that. So first thing we have to do is take this off. It's got 4 screws on the other end. Once you get that out, I'm gonna have to kind of guide you on which wire to test, which one the wire tap into. So all right, let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take this off and move on to the next step. So first things first, we kind of have everything taken off. So I'm gonna be taking off or relocating some of the stuff that's in here because he added this quick charging battery tender deal. So I'm gonna shorten that just because it's kind of long, or relocate it somewhere else. But either way, that's gonna get shortened, or I'm gonna take it off for now since it's kind of warm outside anyway. So I don't really need it to be dangling in there for right now. So let's go ahead and do that.
Hello, this is Kallen, and I took off the speakers. There's a bunch of wires. It was a lot to take off, but I managed to get it off. So we're gonna put something else on.
Then we're gonna take this off right here, right?
Yeah, we're gonna take that off.
The speakers off.
Yeah, the speaker and
Then we're gonna install the new alarm.
yeah, we're gonna start the alarm and so no one steals it, and that's pretty much it. We're back, and I took one of them off, so I'm taking this one off.
There you go. Doing good. Almost there. As you can see, we got all the wires right here. I'm actually surprised they shove all that in there, get them all to fit, but we don't really need no Bluetooth speaker, so that has to come off. So he's almost done taking it off. Once we're done, we're gonna start on the alarm. Kallen's gonna start wiring everything up. Okay, this bolt is a lot longer than I thought, so he'll keep doing that. Once we get it removed, we'll move on to the next step. So Kallen just got everything taken off. So you can see that's all what came off. It's a lot cleaner in there. Less stuff to kind of on the way when you're driving. So yeah, did pretty good. Took all that off. Now let's move on to the next step. First things first, we got the siren manual right here. All I did was zip tied the arm to the harness. So once the cover goes back in, this will kind of lean over like that. So it's not really going to go anywhere. It may look like it's going to bounce around, but it won't. So I mean, it's pretty tight in there. I kind of just zip tied this along as well, so it doesn't kind of dangle around. But that's the first thing you have to do, kind of get you started. I'm gonna zip tie some of these stuff too later on once we're all done. So we pretty much got everything kind of mounted and wired. I ended up mounting the brain module right here. This black and white is the antenna, so don't cut that. I just kind of rerouted everything behind this indicators all the way to the bottom. Obviously the ground is hooked up. I'm gonna be adding turn signal, so the white brown is gonna be a positive signal. That way the white output would be a positive. Now if you have a light that's negative, you put this white brown to negative, and this would produce a negative output. With that being said, the red one is the 12 volt. I'm not going to hook up the starter kill. It's kind of pointless at this point to do that, so I'm just gonna leave it like this, just in case I do decide to do it one day. This red white, if I recall, let me look at the instructions real quick. Red white is an auxiliary. Okay, so the red white, I'm gonna be ordering a micro relay. I'm gonna be using this to turn on a relay. In turn, it'll turn on underglow lights, so you don't have to have the key for all that. It's almost like a remote control. But anyway, these four just kind of cap it for now. You don't really need it. So, but right now, the siren is pretty much mounted. I'm not really sure where I'm going to put the LEDs yet. I don't really know if I want to put it up front or drill a hole on top. I will decide on that, but so far everything is working. So yeah, if you put the ignition as well, I wired the ignition from the Viper. It'll be the yellow wire. It'll be the wire right here. Just kind of trace back what's behind this key, and it ended up being this wire right here. It's the red and blue, or red or green. It kind of don't matter because they both get power when you turn the ignition. One powers a relay, one powers a fuse box. But yeah, just ultimately test it either way. When you put the key on, one of these wires would turn on. So like I said, you can do either or. Right now, since it's armed, if I put the key in it, it'll go off. So, but that's where we are right now. I'm going to be drilling a hole on both sides right here in the bottom corner. I'm going to be putting an eagle eye light with a turn signal, almost like a switchback type. So I'm going to use the amber signal for the kind of to notify me whenever it's armed, and the other signal, which is white, that's what I'm going to use for the auxiliary. So this is going to turn on the relay. In return, we'll turn on that white color on the switchback automatically without having to start the Ruckus. So, but so far we pretty much have the basic functions. Everything is wired up, so just the little knickknacks. The relay is not going to be here till about, I'd say, Friday, so I'm going to be ending it here. But just to give you an idea, everything is kind of done right. Everything's zip tied, like I said, it's right here. So let me see if it actually goes off with the tilt. There you go. So I got everything kind of wired up to the Ruckus, as you can see, cleanly mounted. Everything ran like it should. Our signals, these are for future use, so kind of heat shrinking for now, but siren's mounted below. Ignition trigger, so when you put the key in it, alarm goes off. If you tilt it, it goes off. So yeah, probably about 5 seconds, and when it's armed, that's pretty much armed. So I was initially going to mount the eagle eye down here, but I want to be able to take that on and off without having to mess with the wires and all that. So I ended up wiring it here, drilled a small hole. So like I said, it's a switchbacks. So right now it's pretty tight in there. I made the hole to where it's pretty much close tolerance, so I don't even really need the nut to be back in there. So I'm gonna be taking this off anyway, so this is gonna be my new turn signals. I'm gonna wire that up and then wire the alarm's parking light so it'll act like a car, so it'll always flash when the alarm is going off. So it'll be a pretty cool deal. So but yeah, next time I'll be wiring this up. I'm just waiting for that micro relay. Yeah, that's all there is. So we have an unfortunate situation. Just to recap, we were doing an alarm about a week ago, and I found out that the battery was going dead, so I ordered a new one. It's supposed to be here today. It was about $30. So I'll show you what that looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and take the stock ones off because like I did before, I added these eagle eye setups, so these things are no longer going to be functional. This will be wired up to become the turn signal and the flashing parking light for the alarm. So let's go ahead and take these nuts off and take both of them off. So I got the nut released. All you have to do is trace that wire all the way to this side right here. Obviously the green block would be ground, so just kind of leave that in there. These would be the turn signal wires right here, these two, and this is the headlight. So not only this would clean everything up, but since the wires are inside, it's gonna really clean everything up since it's not going up down here. So just kind of take off one at a time. Like I said, this is the ground, so that's where you're gonna ground everything, and this is the turn signal right here. So let's start with that one. This thing just kind of pops off. It's just a quick connection, so I just kind of pull it. I'm gonna need to, there you go. So I'm gonna be cutting it from like right here, solder the new wires in, and then the ground signal to here, and I'll show you what that looks like once I'm all done. So I got the turn signals working. Like I said, this is these two wires that are red. Let me show you. These are the turn signal wires. Obviously match up to the left and match up to the right. The one with the two wires, the green black, is the ground. So tie both of those grounds together. Let me see if I get the colors for you. It looks like the orange goes, one of them would be the red, and then the other one is the blue. So, but yeah, that's the turn signals and the ground. So for this mod, if you're doing LED upgrades for the turn signals, you will need an LED relay. For these ones, if you do this, when you try to use it, it'll just constantly stay on. It would not flash. That's just how they are. I can't remember what website I saved to order the relay, but I will post that link once I have everything tested and installed again. But yeah, when you do these, you will need that. But just to kind of show you what I wired up, like I showed earlier, those wires right there. And I did have the two whites would be the amber side of the eagle eye wired up to the parking light output of the alarm. So it'll flash every time you use it. So just like a car, since the factory Honda Ruckuses don't have these, it's kind of nice to have it. But yeah, so far that's what I have. I'll get everything zip tied and cleaned up. The new battery is supposed to arrive today. That's kind of why I have it hooked up to a charger for now. But yeah, so far that's where we are. I'm gonna go ahead and order those relay and show you what they look like. So just to recap, we got everything done. As you can see, I showed you the basic wiring, the mounting of the siren. I did went ahead and take off the rear view mirror and the speaker, that Bluetooth wireless thing that the owner put in there. I also took off the original turn signal mounting spot, but I will be taking this off because I do need to sand that and respray it. So, and I will be also relocating this. As you can see, my trickle charger, I ran it to that opening right there. That way, this kind of hidden here. Because I'm going to be cleaning up the headlight harness. I'm going to be tucking that inside, so it's not going to be going to the side from the original. So that'll be next time. But anyway, I'm going to show you what the basic functions of this alarm, and hopefully you guys like it. So this alarm have the basic shock sensor and tilt, just to kind of arm it. Here's the I already got everything wired up to the parking light confirmation, so you'll see it kind of flash. Little flash again, just to confirm that it is armed. There you go. But anyway, that's just to kind of let me know that the alarm is pretty much armed or disarmed from a distance, so it'll flash again. This also will be my new turn signal since I took off the original. I am waiting for that relay to be shipped and received so I can swap it over. Because right now when I use the turn signal, it'll just stay on since LEDs need a different signal. So that'll be coming next week. But also let me go arm it again. A couple of seconds later, the LED I did mount right here. That's pretty much, I'm just kind of saying it's armed. So let's go hit it. So you saw the shock sensor. Let me go arm it again, show you the tilt. Now since I hooked up the ignition trigger, if somebody tries to turn the ignition cylinder with the flathead or anything like that to try to start it, the alarm also will go off. But let me see if I can get the tilt to go. So somebody goes to the side. There you go. So as you can see, it's a pretty basic system. I did order a new taillight assembly. It'll be just a strip that go from here to here, and that's going to be my new turn signal and brake light since I have the ultra low seat, so this has to come off. I also have to sand all that weld spot and then repaint it. But overall, this unit is actually not too bad. It was only like, I believe, 45 bucks, 50 bucks from Amazon. So go check it out and add a little bit of security to your Ruckus. Sorry for the mess. I've been working on cars, so haven't had no chance to clean up, but the Integra will be next.